I am here with Danny Meyer and Randy Garutti, and it's been a big day for these guys. The stock, of course, is up already, at $47. Guys, congratulations.
Thank you, and it's great to see you here.
Great to see you. Okay, so I know you're going to use these proceeds to expand, to 400 stores in the next 10 years. So where exactly are these stores going to be?
Yeah, we've talked about a really good plan of about 10 Shacks a year here in the United States that we intend to own. We're going to deepen our roots in our current markets throughout the East Coast, Chicago. We just launched in Las Vegas a few weeks ago, and later this year we'll launch in Austin, Texas. So we are really excited about those 10 Shacks this year and growing beyond as the years come.
Okay, so how about overseas growth?
Yeah, overseas we're excited about. We have a unique thing. I mean, about 27 of our 63 restaurants are already international. We have a great partner in Mohammed Al Shaya in the Middle East, an incredible dynamic business there. We see a lot of opportunity in the UK as well. We just have one Shack and we're building our second. So, we have a unique moment being New York based where the world knows who Shake Shack is. And we're going to take our time, choose great partners, and grow it the right way.
So, Danny, you're all about quality, right? Quality food. And I think one of the challenges that people have said is going to be for Shake Shack or for any restaurant that wants to grow this fast is how do you keep that quality, how do you keep the quality ingredients, how do you keep the quality food as you are expanding exponentially like this?
I think you're right. And in addition to really focusing on quality, the thing we focus most on is culture. How does it feel to work there? How does it feel as a guest when you dine there? How does it feel for your community when a Shake Shack opens in your community? And that's the governor on our growth. And, I'm so proud that every time we open a Shake Shack, the leaders of that Shake Shack tend to be people who have already been stars in one of our other Shake Shacks. So when you go there, you can rely upon the quality of the food, but also, more importantly, the culture. You'll feel it. You will actually feel this uplifting human energy, and that's the brand.
But the mechanics of that, I mean, to make a burger taste the same as it is here in Manhattan, as it would taste in Tokyo, or as it would taste in Beijing, how do you do that? How do you make sure that you do that while at the same time keeping the cost levels the same?
Yeah, it's real work, Betty. It takes a lot of time and a lot of great leadership. We're unique in that even at our young age, we've already set up a global supply chain. We've already had that opportunity. We kind of were thrusted into growing up faster than we needed to. We also came from the Union Square Hospitality Group. We didn't just birth this on its own. It was birthed with a 30-year history of New York's favorite restaurants. That gave us the opportunity to get out in front and concentrate on how we're going to do things without worrying about the blocking and tackling early on. And now we've gotten really good at that. But I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be 100% about our team executing on this plan, and I wouldn't trade our team for anybody.
Now, anyone who comes out with an IPO, of course, wants to see the price pop. But, you kind of want to look at it and say, it's great to have the long lines. It's great that people love the burgers. But do you worry at all, Danny, that there might be too much froth too quickly into a business that still has yet to largely be proven to a larger investor group?
Well, this is our first experience having public investors, and we know that that's a huge responsibility. And I think the thing that we will continue to focus on is what we always do, which is cooking one burger at a time, one smile at a time for people. We're not great predictors of what's going to happen with the stock. We're honored that so many people obviously have an interest in our future, which is a really bright and long future. But other than that, the one thing that does feel great to us is that so many of our employees are among our shareholders, and we're going to be working for them just as much as we're going to be working for anybody else on the street.
I can't help but notice, of course, that you're IPOing on a week when McDonald's, their struggles have been very glaring. They had the CEO change, Don Thompson stepping down. And I'm curious from your point of view, as you're growing, as you see how they've modeled their business, how they've tried to keep quality of food up, and they have struggled with that. What lessons do you take from McDonald's?
Well, I think what we see is really a seismic shift in people's expectations of food today. People want no hormones, no antibiotics in their burgers, right? My kids are going to grow up in a generation of people who isn't going to see fast food the way that I think it's been seen over the last few decades. And those people generally want to go to a place like Shake Shack. We've helped define that, and we're going to be out in front of that as we go. I think focusing on what we do is what we're going to be doing for decades to come. And I think we're going to capture that shift in behavior of today's consumer.
If you were at McDonald's, if you were advising McDonald's, what would you advise them, Danny?
I wouldn't have any advice because I haven't eaten there for so long that I don't even have any perspective on the brand.
Really?
I just want to echo what Randy said, which is this. We're talking about burgers. Burgers have been around for a lot of years. It's not a trend. We didn't invent it. We won't be the first or the last to do this. So what we're trying to do with burgers is to say, if you take something that beloved and that simple and just do a couple tweaks, the biggest one being, how did you source your beef? How did you hire your staff? How did you hire the kind of people whose greatest pleasure in the world is making other people happy, caring for their communities? People are attracted to that. And one of the things we're most excited about, we hear a lot about the fast casual world. We really think that Shake Shack is at the beginning of a whole new category called fine casual. Our pedigree are fine dining restaurants, but we've got a team of people led by this great CEO, Randy Garutti, who can take the systems that fast casual knows and apply them to the choices and priorities that we've always made in fine dining.